Welcome to Askill Asking. Okay, Gawain, so nice to see you. How are you doing these days?
Hi, good, thanks.
Today we'll be talking a lot about chess, obviously. And actually we played some chess back in the day, in the early days of online chess. Mostly bullet games, I believe. And obviously you became a much stronger player than I did. So let's walk down memory lane a bit and tell us about the early days of online chess and give us a quick run through of your career going forward.
Well, I grew up in the north of England, in North Yorkshire, in the middle of the countryside. The nearest chess club was something like 30-minute drive, 30 kilometers away. So I think it was a lifesaver for me to actually be able to play from the comfort of my home. So I was trying to think about it when I first joined ICC back in the day when we started playing, back in probably the late 90s or something. So it gave me a good practical grounding. Like these days I was kind of known as a trickster, as seeing all these tenacious player, whatever tricks. And I think that really developed from playing so much 1-minute chess. I was never one of the guys as growing up who loved studying theory. I remember having the old ECOs, the Encyclopedia of Chess Opening, big heavy encyclopedia things, very dry, no text at all, just variations. But I would always look for the offbeat line and then look again in the notes to find any line that finished with the unclear symbol as early as possible. And that was the limit of my opening preparation. Seeing tactics quickly and being a dangerous guy.
You've been briefly above the 2700 mark, but it seems to be so tough to kind of establish yourself in that group of players, 2700 and above. What do you think you have to do to kind of get back there and to stay there?
I was very disciplined for a long time to get over 2700. And then I was playing some very strong double or play all tournament in St. Louis. And I drew my first 7 games. I was getting frustrated at not winning any games, even though my opponents were so strong. And at the end, I just kamikazed really. It's like, I need to win a game at all costs, and just threw everything. And I lost my last 3 games. And that's where my 2700 disappeared, and a year's work was out the window. So I had to regroup again. So yeah, I think this discipline is very important. Just constant focus. As I found playing these top guys, it's just any lapse in concentration for even one move, then they'll punish you.
You recently played in the New England Chess Classic, Meltwater Champions Chess Tour tournament. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
I loved the opportunity. I was very grateful to be able to play these guys again. The reason that I'm playing chess is to test myself against the top guys. I was working quite hard on my openings just beforehand to try and have some ideas for them, but I think that sort of backfired when playing for 5 hours in the evening or something, and I just got too tired by the end of it. And yeah, probably the mixture of the fact that I'm trying to win every single game with my risky openings meant that every game was going to be hard. There were no quick games. And so, for example, on the last day, I think I played some hundreds and hundreds of moves, and I kept delaying the start of the next round because my game was still going.
I think you broke a record actually in the tour, the longest game so far in the tour.
Okay.
I mean, for the audience, we loved following your games because there's always plenty of action. We see the bar going back and forth. I mean, it's very entertaining. And I mean, we want to see fighting chess also at the very top level. So kudos to you for that. What's your best advice for the people watching these tournaments in improving their game?
Primarily, you have to just enjoy playing. One problem that a lot of people encounter, I think, is that they jump on the computer too quickly and check with the engine where the blunder was. And so they see some move that go, it's this thing that if I hadn't played Rook H2 here, then I was winning. But they don't understand why they're making this mistake. I think it's much better if you can analyze your game without a computer first. Write down what your thoughts were and then maybe check it with a computer if you have to.
What do you think of the future of online chess after the pandemic?
I think it's definitely here to stay. I think it's probably accelerated the transition. I hope that we still get over the board chess too. There's some special feeling about picking up the pieces and being in the room full of chess players, even if the clocks aren't actually ticking anymore. Still, that atmosphere is fantastic. Yeah, the Magnus Carlsen group has done this great thing with the tour, jumping in very early last year and starting it. So the spectators have been very lucky with the amount of chess that they've been able to watch.
During the last, 12 months, people have spent so much time indoors, obviously. And we were wondering, have you put your Airthings device to good use during these challenging times?
Yeah, it's certainly making me think a lot more about the air quality. Actually, I think that was probably one of the reasons I was getting so tired towards the second half of the event, the New in Chess Classic that I played, that I missed it to have my window open. So if I get to play again, I'll definitely remember to open my window and go outside between games, get a bit of fresh air. I was also interested, before this interview, I hadn't actually considered this radon levels at all, but I was reading a couple of interesting articles, and I'll definitely use it doing up the basement at the moment to turn into a playroom for my daughter. So I'll have to check. The radon levels are fine there with the device.
Your numbers look pretty good throughout the tournament, I would say, but we really see it varies between the players, and especially Magnus, he actually has it quite hot when he's playing.
Oh.
I think in the final he had against Nakamura, he had 28 degrees in his apartment.
Wow.
That's quite hot. Do you have any special rituals before you play a competitive game?
Yeah, I make sure that I get fresh air, try and stop looking at my computer screen an hour before the game, relax a bit, get my brain focused but relaxed, and go out for some fresh air, grab a coffee, and try not to rush to the game. You have to try and acknowledge that you've done as much as you can preparation. So yeah, I like to do some logic puzzles or something to get my brain start thinking, but not necessarily about chess.
I guess it's a goal for you to become England #1.
Yeah, but yeah, of course, the aim has to be to break back into the 2700 and one day be the #1 as well.
And Michael had a very funny quote, I believe. What's the biggest achievement he ever did? And he said something like never having a normal job or something. So I guess when you get to that mark, you can definitely live off of chess and enjoy life with chess.
Yeah, I've been very lucky that I've never had a proper job either.
Yeah, okay.
My hobby of playing chess is into a profession.
Thank you so much, Gawain. It was a pleasure talking to you, and wish you all the best.
Thanks, you too. Hope to catch up in real life soon.
Yeah, we do, for sure.